Good afternoon everybody. Buon pomeriggio a tutti. It's a great pleasure to be here with Claudio Pasqualucci, the director of the Italian Trade Agency, the Beirut office of the Italian Trade Agency. That is an office in charge for Lebanon, Cyprus, and Syria. That is the guest, who is the guest of the March Smart Talk of the Chamber of the. So really, thanks first of all, Claudio, to be here with us. Is this the smart talk in our smart talk every month we have the pleasure to have a guest from institution from industry, and it's really important for us to have the different perspective about the opportunities, about the specific activities of interest of the chamber in the area. So today we have a representative of the Italian institution, so the Italian Trade Agency, and that has in place a cooperation with the chamber. We did together several activities, several events. It's really important for us this cooperation, like as Sistema Italia, as Italian system. So it's really important to have today Claudio with us. A couple of words about the Claudio experience, because he had a relevant experience around the world. We can say in the Italian Trade Agency, just to mention China, if I'm not wrong, Mexico, and also an important experience in Italy as a chief of staff to the president before to reach Beirut. So let's start with the talk. Please, Federico, go ahead with the moderation. Thank you.
Thank you, Giuseppe. Thank you very much, Claudio, for the time, for the acceptance of the invitation. Thank you for the time that you will spend with us, and thank you for also to the Italian Trade Agency. I first would like to kindly ask you to give to our audience and members also an overview about the Italian Trade Agency office in Beirut. What are its tasks and competences related to its area? Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's always a pleasure for me to be here with my good friends of the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Giuseppe and Federico, for the invitation and for the kind words. It is, as I said, it is a pleasure, because I strongly believe that Italian institutions, Italian public sector, Italian companies, the surest work together in order to present a systemic approach when Italy goes abroad, when Italy presents its companies, presents its activities in third markets. So I really encourage the activity of the Chamber of Commerce towards Cyprus, both ways, towards Cyprus and Cyprus towards Italy. Again, in a spirit of cooperation and collaboration. But Giuseppe has already explained who I am. My name is Claudio Pasqualucci. I'm it's called Italian Trade Investment Commissioner. The Italian Trade Agency is an agency of the Italian government, whose aim is to promote and incentivize Italian companies, Italian business abroad, and to attract foreign investments into Italy, and to promote Italian investments abroad. I'm based in Beirut. It's a regional office. We are inside the Italian embassy. Maybe you can see the flags behind me. And the office is in charge. It's a regional office, so it's in charge of Cyprus, Lebanon, Syria, and we consider these two countries, Lebanon and Cyprus, as a very important hub for Italian companies in the area of the Mediterranean Sea, and to deploy their activities in other countries. There is a strong link between Lebanon and Cyprus since many years, and more recently there is a vast Lebanese community which is operating in Cyprus, which means that the activities that we deploy to Cyprus can be also of interest of Lebanon and vice versa. So it's very important to see this as a broader market and to see this as a big opportunity for Italian companies, for companies for Cyprus as well. As I said, we are part of the government. We are an agency which are under the sphere of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and we have been founded in 1926, so more than almost 100 years ago. And we promote them in Italy abroad. So basically, that's what we do. We try to support Italian companies to be competitive, to sell more, to invest more, and to present Italy as an important destination hub for foreign investors. I don't know whether I answered to your question, Federico.
It's perfectly, very, very interesting to know, because as you said, the environment of the promotion from Italy is very, very broad, along with the Italian Trade Agency, the Chamber, and so on. But in this sense, and very recently, the new Italian government, a couple of months ago, has launched a new strategy in order to boost the internationalization of Italian companies. We have the new the Ministry of Development has been renamed in the Ministry of Made in Italy. In this sense, could you please give us an explanation? So how, for example, this new governmental strategy will act in the future?
Well, this is a very subtle question. Let me explain you why. Because the competence of promoting Made in Italy, of internationalized Italian companies, has always been bounced between several ministers: the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister of, before it was the Minister of Foreign Trade, and now it has merged into the Minister of Industry, and then now the Minister of Made in Italy. As I said before, it is important it's not important whose minister is in charge. It's important that to move and act in a strategy and in activation and execution as a system, as a country that works together. So the connection between the minister, the chambers of commerce, the association of category, the companies is extremely important, and I think we all need to work together in order to strengthen this chain of common interest. About the new government, you know, in Italy we have a new government since last autumn, and yes, there's been a bigger emphasis on promoting made in Italy abroad. Let's say that it has been an easy agreement, because the two ministers are very good friends each other, so it was very easy for them to find the balance. Let's say that what was the Minister of Industry now is in charge of strengthening inside the companies, which we want to bring on other markets. For example, we have a lot of projects to strengthen the digital transformation of Italian companies, the connectivity, the usage of modern tools such as the blockchain or the cryptocurrencies. All this is part of the Minister of Made in Italy. So to strengthen the capabilities, the capacity of an Italian company to be able to be competitive abroad. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, our agency, then once let's say very simply, when the companies are ready, we take them, we try to bring them abroad. So this is I think what was behind the new strategy, which I think is very clever. And let me tell you also another important point: both minister and ourselves, we put a lot of attention to the new technologies and innovative technologies, innovative startups, for example. All this remains to the Minister of Made in Italy. But again, there is a strong cooperation between ourselves. Let me stress once again, it is important to work together as a country, and also by using the strength of the region. The regions also, they have the capabilities to involve, they know the territory, so they can involve the companies. But what can be a an own goal for us would be to go abroad, to go, for example, in Cyprus or everywhere, and present the province of Macerata, to give an example, rather than Italy. So that's a problem we have in Italy. So we need to strengthen the proposition of a country that moves along together. And it's good that they have two ministers, because we have many things to do, so they can split the competences, they can split the things to do. We need to strengthen a lot the base of Italian companies in order for them to be able to be more competitive in a scenario which is becoming more and more challenging, more and more competitive.
Thank you very much. Indeed, this could be seen also as a systemic approach, not alone, but yes, in our very small place, we've tried to stay in this wave. For example, we are approaching to sign an agreement with the Sicily region to promote bilateral activity between Italy, Sicily, and Cyprus. But one of the iconic and historic activity of about Made in Italy, and above all from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, is considered the so-called Italian Weeks.
Okay.
Something that we see as a very lot appreciated around the world. In this sense, could you please give us some details about them, and which are those on which, for example, your office is concentrated for this year in Cyprus?
Yes. Look, these are very important activities. In Italian, we call them, I would say some few words in Italian, then I'll try to translate in English. We call it attività di promozione integrata, which means integrated promotion. It means that it embraces many characteristics of Made in Italy. So not just the companies, the culture, the territory, the food, the tourism, the art. So that's why we try to encompass in such event 360 degrees, whatever it is Italy. We have few examples of those. If you think, for example, the Italian Food Week, which normally takes place in November, second week of November, and where the concept is to illustrate and promote, and sometimes even defend the original Italian food culture. But we do that by organizing business missions, by organizing artistic events, or organizing cooking classes, organizing photographic exhibitions. So in order to give to the country which is hosting the event complete and full encompassing idea of what the Italian food culture is. And so when I mean food culture, I really mean from the seed to the consumer. So having the technology, the know-how, the territory, the protection of the territory, the environment, the tradition. So it's a complex activity that then it is deployed in different countries according to the needs. Same, for example, for the Design Week, which was concluded just a couple of weeks ago. Design for Italy, it's an iconic industrial branch, because we put design in everything. Even if you consider, like, again, if you talk about food, if you consider the packaging of food, sometimes there is a big study about design. So when we promote Italian design, we promote our culture, our art of doing well things which are affordable, which are durable, which are for the benefit of the society and the environment. Then every year we select a specific theme. For example, the last theme of the Italian Design Week was the light that more than the light, I would say the energy. We are facing a huge energetic crisis all over the world. So we hope to believe that through the Italian know-how, through the Italian made in Italy in design, we can use some ideas to save some energy and to make for the betterment of the society and the environment. So again, when we do these let's say events, which are open to everybody, I hope, and let me say, I truly hope that next year the Chamber of Commerce can be involved in the Food Week and in the Design Week in Cyprus, because we really are embracing all the all the entity that can represent Italy in a wider sense. So we do things which are open to the public. We do events which are just for business only, but the overall result should be a huge presentation of that specific topic. And again, it's an embracing activity, very open, and we really like to have more and more people abroad on board. I know that in Cyprus, in the last edition, November, about 50 Italian restaurants were involved, and I've been told that there was a considerable interest, and also, for example, we have launched a campaign with Alpha Mega, the Cypriot biggest food player. Well, during the Italian Food Week, there were special offers for the Cypriot consumers that wanted to buy some Italian products. So it's again, we try to reach really door to door the consumer, the companies, the institution, the press, the media, the KOL. You know, for that week they will keep talking about Italian food or Italian design.
Yes.
And again, I'm waiting next year to cooperate together with you.
Absolutely, it is. We are ready, and we lot appreciate the invitation. Of course, it's another important aspect in the international cooperation that Italy carries on. I would like to move our very interesting, frankly, discussion on Italy and Cyprus relations. From your perspective, how do you see business relations between Italians and Cyprus companies, which are points of strengths, and what could be done, do in order to enhance the cooperation in terms of business between the two countries?
How long time do I have to talk about this topic? Because this is very, very important.
10 seconds.
Okay, now 10 seconds are not enough, but I will try to be synthetic. Look, first of all, we never have to forget that Cyprus is part of the European Union. So it means that the trade, the investments are extremely facilitated by being a member state. So this is something that perhaps Cyprus sometimes is considered a little bit isolated, far away, more close to Turkey or Lebanon rather than to Europe. But Cyprus is fully a member of the European Union, and it means that the shares, the opportunities, the shares, the advantages, sharing now the huge funding after the COVID crisis. So it means that there is there's a strong opportunity to even grow the relationships, which at the moment are very well established. Also, I have to say that Cyprus has a keen interest for Italy. I mean, your presence at the Chamber of Commerce represents a success story, because if I'm not wrong, in a short time you've managed to include quite a big number of Italian and Cypriot companies which are interested to see and talk about the opportunities that two countries have. So it means that Italy is very much sought after from the business point of view. The two countries have had since very long time, a tradition in doing trade. I don't want to go back in the centuries, but there has been a very strong trade relationship between Italy and Cyprus. Just to mention, I'm from Rome. Just to mention that the Romans used to dig and import copper from Cyprus for their army. So it means that again there is a strong connection between the two countries. Now we need to see things in a more let's say contemporary, modern point of view. I would say that I'm very happy that the traditional sector remains steady, such as the food, the machineries, some design. But let's try to move a little bit forward and think about infrastructure, all the digital economy, the services, insurances, banking. Cyprus, although it's a small country, but it has some strong basis, especially for infrastructure and for digital economy. I remember when last summer we went and visited the Maritime Association with the delegation company that the chamber organized. I was extremely I was extremely not surprised, but I was extremely impacted by the strength of the harboring and port system in Cyprus. Again, this is something that perhaps Italy should use a little bit more in order to use Cyprus as a hub towards other countries. Perhaps what we need to work together is to improve the connection between, the infrastructure connection with the flights between Italy and Cyprus. Sometimes even vessels could be improved, because there is although it is near, sometimes to go from Rome to Cyprus, sometimes it can be a little bit complicated. So we should deploy some more efforts to create a faster and a quicker connection between the two countries. Tourism is another important asset, where with tourism I mean the individual tourist, but also the tourist company, Italian tourist company, that can have a very safe landing and interesting opportunities in Cyprus. And again, now the European PNRR offers a lot of opportunities for the structural improvement of the country. And with this, I want to refer to infrastructure, to the sanitary system, the health. It's a very important asset that Cyprus can deploy in the area by receiving patients from this part of the world. And also, if we think all as I was saying before, the digital service can be an important link of interaction and business between the two companies. And to conclude, something that for me it's extremely important, that it's very perhaps is the key of future development, is the development of renewable energies. We all know what is happening all over the world with either from environmental point of view, but also from the energy point of view. So we need to strengthen the generation, the usage of renewable energy. And I see really Cyprus as a possible platform to invest and to produce this kind of new power, which we all need. Again, there is a lot to be done, but we need to never forget that we are moving into the European space, that many things are much more simple than in other countries. So I think that that's something that should be our something that never has to be forgotten.
Thank you very much, Claudio, for having stressed these aspects, because every time we arrange a trade mission or a conference, we highlight this aspect. So Cyprus is in the European Union framework, is something, of course, not in the core of the EU, but is very close to an area, the East Med area, that despite everything what has happened and what is happening at the international level, has in the last decade shown very positive signs of growth, stability. Not only Israel, but also Jordan, Egypt, and so on. In this sense, I would like, before to move to the conclusion of this very interesting chat this afternoon, I would like to ask you your opinion on what Cyprus, as a part of the area that your office covers, could play for Italian companies in the East Med area. Above all, in those sectors you have mentioned, the renewables energy, but also digitalization, and we also put healthcare, as we see a growing demand for healthcare services with Western benchmark in the areas that require a huge cooperation between companies and also from institutional side.
Okay. Again, a very comprehensive question, but it's interesting. Definitely, it's interesting.
I am so sorry.
No. Don't worry at all, Federico. No. It's good to brainstorming. No, it's not a lecture. It's something that we share ideas, we talk together. Look, I think there are three main assets that Cyprus can deploy as advantage for Italian companies and vice versa. The position, Cyprus really, it's a link between the Southern Europe and the Middle East, which is very, again, it's important. Middle East, and include Turkey as well in that. Middle East, it's a very troubled country, of course, but there is a huge potential. There is sooner or later, for example, if we talk about Syria, sooner or later they will reach an agreement for the appeasement. So Syria is a country that now needs everything from infrastructure, from energy, for hospitals, from schools, from trade. So it's a huge market, potential market where perhaps would be difficult to penetrate directly, but using Cyprus or Lebanon as a base could be extremely important. So the position is very important. Second, again, being part of the European Union, as again, I really would like to stress this. There's no problem of visa. There's no problem opening a bank account. There is free. I mean, the goods can enter freely without any hassle at the custom or without particularly custom duty. So it's easy for Italian products to enter in Italy, entering Cyprus. It's easy for Italian investors to come to Cyprus. And also the third point is that Cyprus have a very strong digital infrastructure. I have to say, anytime I arrive there, I'm surprised to see how the networking works well. Maybe because I come from Lebanon, we have some troubles here, but really I see that the digital infrastructure is very well connected, as it is proved by many companies that work into the digital industry. All of them are there. It means also that there is capabilities of young people that is well educated, well trained in these sectors. So really, Cyprus can be for Italian companies a very important hub for thinking in a bigger market and see not just as a market the small island that Cyprus is, but seeing in the nearby countries. And for Cyprus again, although it's a small-scale economy, but there are few players that are strong, are powerful, and would be good for them to start analyzing the opportunity to come and invest in Italy. We offer so many incentives, so many facilitations, so many opportunities for in the infrastructure field, for example, that maybe some logistic company from Cyprus can think about it. But again, I see a bright future. I see a bright future for the two countries if they work together as a system.
We do hope very, and we do hope that we can carry on. We continue this activity in this and in this sense. Before to leave for the final remarks to Giuseppe, our president, last very short question.
No.
What can the chamber, the Italian-Cypriot Chamber of Commerce, can do to support this activity of the Italian system, in which your office is a part of it?
Well, first of all, I think you're already doing a very good job. Let me tell you, not because we are good friends, but because really you're doing that. And especially, I think what you have been doing very cleverly is to focus on innovative sectors, such as the health system, the infrastructure, the energy. This is something that it was, when you started, it was quite smart, because normally Cyprus was seen as a market for traditional economy, the trade, the food, some machinery. But now you're working into a systemic sectors which will be the basis of the growth of local economy, hopefully with the Italian companies. So I don't have many suggestions really. Perhaps what I would like to say is to focus on the companies, focus on companies that are really, unfortunately, not any Italian companies fit to go abroad, even if it's a nearby country. So perhaps focus on the companies which are able, which have the capabilities, which have the manpower and the technological power to go to do into another country. Maybe this is something that we all should work in order to perhaps have less companies participating in a business mission, but more focused, more able to penetrate in the market in order for them to open the market for others. I think maybe that's the only, again, it's not a remark, it's just an idea that perhaps we can work together. That's it.
Thank you very much, Claudio, for very interesting and useful tips you have kindly delivered today, this afternoon. And before to leave for the final remarks to the President, let me thank you and the ITA Trade Office, Italian Trade Office, Trade Agency, Beirut, for the time spent with us. Thank you very much, Giuseppe.
Thank you, Federico. Thanks to everybody. It's, again, always a pleasure to work together. It's very important. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you again, Claudio. Really interesting talk today with you. Just a couple of words based on what discussed earlier. First, I would like to confirm the commitment of the Chamber to work on the integrated support action to the Italian company in the region. For us, it's really important. This is our focus. So we confirm our commitment on this. In this regard, just let me say something regarding the upcoming activities of the Chamber. We will have in the end of May the annual forum that will be in Italy. We are working now on the agenda that of course will be disseminated soon, and this will be in Rome. And we have also two important events that are already scheduled in October in Cyprus, the Health Forum, that is the Cyprus-Italy Health Forum that became an annual event, really important for the region. And we will involve this year also companies and Chamber of Commerce of other countries in the area. And also in November, the EMC that will be in Limassol, and we are working to have a delegation from Italy present in Limassol for this important event. So this is are all activities where we will be more than happy to cooperate with the Italian Trade Agency, to Claudio, to support the Italian companies in the region. So thanks again. Really important is for us to have your perspective, Claudio, today, and see you all to the next talk at the end of April. Thank you very much again. Good afternoon. Bye bye.